All right, guys, we are gonna be reacting to life in Norway, the wealthiest Scandinavian country of stunning women. Let's jump in. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my God, there's a lot of fruities here, man. Too many fruities.
What comes to mind when you hear Norway? Is it the jaw-dropping fjords, the magical dance of the northern lights, or maybe even Vikings swinging their battle axes in icy landscapes? Or perhaps you think of Norway's modern reputation, a land of content, consistently ranked as one of the happiest places on Earth. Whatever image pops into your head, it probably looks like a postcard. But behind the stunning scenery and the glossy travel brochures lies a country full of contrasts. It's a place where a nation of just over 5 million people has somehow managed to become one of the wealthiest, most progressive societies in the world. But that's not the whole story. Norway, like any other place, is far more than the sum of its stereotypes. It's a land of beauty, yes, but also quirks, challenges, and surprises that might just redefine what you think you know about life there. So, what's it really like to live in Norway? If there's one thing Norway doesn't do, it's subtlety when it comes to landscapes.
5 million
This is a
people,
country
man.
that
That's not a lot of people, man. That is not a lot of people. 5 million? I think Wisconsin has, what, 5 million too? Like, or more than 5 million.
Practically wrote the
That's not a
manual
lot
on
of
scenic
people,
drama. Towering mountains, deep blue fjords, endless forests, and coastlines that look like they've been carved by a giant sculptor with an eye for perfection. Norway is a country in northern Europe, located on the western part of the Scandinavian peninsula. It's home to just over 5.4 million people, but its sheer size and geography make it feel much larger. In fact, Norway is the 6th largest country in Europe by area, but with a population density of only 15 people per square kilometer.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
It's one of the most sparsely populated. To put that into perspective, there are more reindeer than people in some parts of the country. One of the most striking features of Norway is its coastline, which stretches over 63,000 miles if you include all the islands and fjords. That's more coastline than almost any other country in the world. And those fjords? They're not just pretty. They're UNESCO World Heritage Sites and were carved by glaciers during the Ice Age. Geiranger Fjord and Nærøy Fjord are two of the most famous, with their dramatic cliffs plunging into crystal-clear waters, creating some of the most photographed views in the world. Now that we've taken in the natural beauty of Norway, let's shift gears and talk about the people who call this stunning country home. Norway consistently ranks among the best countries to live in, thanks to its strong sense of community, progressive policies, and an enviable work-life balance. But what's life really like for the average Norwegian? Let's find out. One of the defining features of Norwegian society is its commitment to social equality. This isn't just lip service. It's backed by policies that ensure everyone has access to the essentials, from healthcare to education. Norway operates under a social welfare system that's funded by relatively high taxes, but in return, Norwegians receive universal healthcare, free or heavily subsidized education, and financial safety nets for times of need. For example, higher education in Norway is tuition-free, even for international students. That's right, you could earn a degree at a top Norwegian university and not rack up a mountain of debt. And when it comes to healthcare, Norwegians enjoy high-quality services with minimal out-of-pocket costs. These benefits contribute to Norway's high ranking on the Human Development Index, where it's been a consistent leader.
A lot of these things can happen because they don't have a lot of people, right? So they have so much wealth, but they don't have a lot of people, so that makes sense.
For years. Work-life balance is practically a religion in Norway. The average work week is about 37.5 hours, and overtime isn't exactly encouraged. In fact, many Norwegians leave the office promptly at 4 p.m. to spend time with family or enjoy outdoor activities. And let's talk about parental leave, because Norway does it better than almost anywhere else. New parents can take up to 49 weeks of leave at full pay or 59 weeks at 80% pay. with a portion reserved specifically for fathers. It's a system that emphasizes family well-being and gender equality. This balance extends to how Norwegians spend their downtime. They cherish the concept of kos, which loosely translates to coziness and contentment. Whether it's gathering with loved ones around a warm fireplace or enjoying a cup of coffee in a peaceful cafe, kos is about creating moments of happiness and relaxation. But life in Norway isn't all about cozy evenings and social benefits. It's also shaped by a unique cultural concept known as janteloven. Translated as the law of Jante, this unwritten code emphasizes humility, equality, and the importance of not standing out too much. In essence, it's a way of saying, don't think you're better than anyone else. This mindset might seem strange to outsiders, especially in a world that often celebrates individual achievement and self-promotion. But for Norwegians, it's a guiding principle that fosters community and discourages arrogance. While it might feel restrictive at times, janteloven helps create a society where everyone feels valued. Norway's high standard of living is evident in nearly every aspect of daily life. The country has some of the safest cities in the world, with low crime rates and a strong sense of trust among its citizens. Housing is of high quality, public transportation is reliable, and the air is some of the cleanest on the planet. It's not hard to see why Norway consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world. Of course, life in Norway isn't perfect. The cost of living is high.
Damn, Norway birth rate is bad. It's very bad. It's 1.4. This is not good. No, yeah, 1.4. Damn, none of this stuff. You guys have to have kids, man. This is not gonna end up well. 1.4 kids per thousand. That's crazy, man. Oh my god. Just to give you some inside baseball for you guys to understand. And in 1960 was 3. Iceland 4, which makes sense. Finland 2.7. It makes sense because you can basically with that you can simply just substitute your current population and help the seniors with the welfare system. This is not good. This is not good, man. Sad to see. Look at Finland at 1.2. Oh my god. Scary as hell, man. Scary. I think they have to have more kids. That's
more on that in the next section. But for many, the benefits far outweigh the downsides. For Norwegians, happiness isn't just about material wealth. It's about creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Finally, no discussion of Norwegian society would be complete without mentioning a few quirks. For one, Norwegians are obsessed with their cabins, or hytti. These rustic retreats are often located in remote areas with no electricity or running water, and are seen as the ultimate way to disconnect and recharge. And then there's the food. While Norway isn't exactly a global culinary hotspot, it has its share of unique dishes. Brown cheese, or brunost, is a national favorite. And let's not forget the somewhat divisive lutefisk, a gelatinous fish dish that's popular during the holidays. Norwegian society is built on values of equality, community, and simplicity. It's a place where the focus isn't on having more, but on being content with what you have, and sharing it with others. From their progressive policies to their love of the outdoors, Norwegians have created a way of life that's as unique as the landscapes they call home. And while it might not be for everyone, there's no denying that Norway has mastered the art of living well. Norway's economy is often the envy of the world. With one of the highest GDPs per capita globally and a thriving welfare system, it's easy to assume that living in Norway is a financial paradise.
It is.
But while the country's wealth is undeniable, the reality of daily expenses might make you do a double take. Let's unpack what makes Norway's economy tick and what it costs to live in this Scandinavian powerhouse. First, let's talk about where Norway's wealth comes from.
Okay.
The discovery of oil in the North Sea during the 1960s transformed Norway from a modest fishing nation into one of the richest countries on the planet. Today, oil and gas exports make up a significant portion of the economy. and the government has been strategic in managing this resource. Instead of blowing through the profits, Norway established the Government Pension Fund Global, better known as the Oil Fund. This fund, worth over $1.5 trillion as of 2025, is the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world and ensures that the country's wealth is shared across generations. But Norway's economy isn't just about oil. The country is a global leader in renewable energy,
I was about to say, what about renewable energy? It seems like they have a very good oil reserve, but are they very into the renewable energy stuff?
Hydropower, which supplies around 90% of its electricity.
Wow.
Norway is also at the forefront of the green transition, with ambitious goals to reduce carbon emissions and move away from fossil fuels. Electric vehicles are a prime example. As of today, around 80% of all new cars sold in Norway are electric, thanks to generous government incentives that make EVs more affordable than traditional gas-powered cars. Now, let's switch gears to what it actually costs to live in Norway. The short answer? A lot. Norway consistently ranks as one of the most expensive countries in the world.
Yep.
And for good reason.
That's what I thought.
A basic cup of coffee could set you back $5, while a pint of beer at a bar might cost $12 or more. Groceries are...
For a minus... Bro, that means you living in New York City, Norway is nothing. If you already experienced New York City, Norway is nothing.
Similarly pricey, with imported goods like fresh produce often costing double what you'd pay elsewhere. And dining out? That's considered more of a luxury than a regular occurrence.
Oh.
Many Norwegians cook at home to save money, relying on traditional staples like fish,
pasta,
potatoes, and bread. Housing is another significant expense. While Norwegian homes are typically spacious and well-maintained, they come with hefty price tags. Property prices have been steadily rising, particularly in cities like Oslo, Bergen, and Stavanger. Renting isn't much cheaper, with the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Oslo hovering around $1,500. However, it's worth noting that Norwegians generally spend less of their income on housing compared to people in many other countries, thanks to high wages and a robust social safety net. One of the reasons Norwegians are able to afford such high living costs is their strong economy and generous wages. The average annual salary in Norway is around $70,000, with many professions earning significantly more. And while taxes are high, income tax rates can reach up to 38%. Norwegians generally feel they get their money's
38%. Golly, bro, that's a lot of money. I mean, for $100, $38 goes to the government. Golly, that's a lot. But then you get the universal health care, good quality of life. I guess it's worth it. I guess
worth through the country's excellent public services. But high costs aren't just about money. They also reflect Norway's priorities. For example, the government heavily taxes alcohol and tobacco, partly to discourage consumption and partly to fund public services. Similarly, the focus on sustainability has made eco-friendly practices, like recycling and using public transportation, a norm in Norwegian society. Still, the high cost of living can be a barrier, especially for newcomers. Expats often report experiencing sticker shock when they first arrive. But over time, many adjust to the higher prices by adopting Norwegian habits, like enjoying free outdoor activities and cooking at home. After all, when you're surrounded by Norway's natural beauty, who needs expensive entertainment? Education in Norway isn't just about getting a diploma. It's about creating opportunities for everyone and building a society that values knowledge and progress. From free tuition to cutting-edge research, Norway's approach to education is as practical as it is ambitious. So, what makes their system stand out? Let's take a closer look. First off, education in Norway is accessible to everyone, literally everyone. Schooling is mandatory from the age of 6 to 16, covering primary and lower secondary school. Beyond that, most students continue into upper secondary school, which is a mix of academic programs and vocational training. And here's a major draw. Public education, including university, is free. Yes, you heard that right. Tuition-free higher education, even for international students. Imagine earning a degree without being buried under a mountain of student loans. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But Norway doesn't just stop at the basics. Early childhood education is also a big deal here. Over 90% of kids between 1 and 5 years old attend kindergarten, called barnehage. And it's not just about ABCs and 1, 2, 3. These programs focus on play, exploration, and even spending time outside, rain or shine. It's all about
gorgeous.
creating
Hey,
a
don't get me
well-rounded
wrong.
foundation for life.
It's gorgeous, beautiful women, beautiful people. Guys are, they look very well put together. I'm just wondering why the birth rate is so low, man. I just wonder, man. I think I know the answer, but it might not translate correctly with European politics. But Norway's a good place, man. If I was Norwegian, bro, we incentivizing more people, and that way you guys can keep the welfare system. But if you guys go below 1%, it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be extremely hard to just replace the population. It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard. I don't see it happening. I don't. I simply don't. But 1.4 is bad.
Lifelong learning.
But we have a low one
Then
too.
there's lifelong
low.
learning, a concept Norway takes seriously.
But look at
Adults
the
who didn't
tradition, man. See, look at the tradition and all this stuff. Like, yeah, we need more of that. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying?
complete primary or secondary school have the right to go back and finish their education. It's part of a broader mindset here. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school. Whether you're 25 or 45, there are opportunities to upskill and stay competitive in the job market. Now let's talk about what happens after graduation. Norway is a hotbed for innovation. With more researchers per capita than almost anywhere else and an impressive rate of academic publications, the country invests heavily in staying ahead of the curve. Renewable energy? Check. Advanced tech? Check. Sustainable fishing and
my God, that's
aquaculture?
gorgeous. This is gorgeous. That mountain.
Another
oh,
big check.
hell
Norway
is that?
isn't just participating in global progress, it's leading the charge.
it's very
And let's
healthy,
not
too.
forget how much the government
the
invests
hell
in
is that?
innovation. In 2023
What in the
alone, Innovation Norway, a government agency, handed out over $850 million in grants,
What?
loans, and guarantees to support new ideas and businesses.
Good.
This support isn't just about tech startups either. It extends to a variety of sectors, ensuring that industries across the board continue to evolve and thrive. But it's not all work and no play. Norway knows how to balance ambition with practicality. Cities like Oslo are considered some of the smartest in the world, with tech-driven solutions like electric buses, smart
what?
waste systems,
Electric buses,
and
man, it's such a great idea, especially in a lot of these Western nations. Electric buses are such a great idea, but I don't know if it is free. It might be free. If you can manage to just get electric buses, but at the same time only allow certain people with good quality to go in, I mean, this is perfect. It's perfect. I'm gonna try that in New York City. I would not. If I was an American and they tried this system, I would not even try it. Like free buses, nah. You guys have to go and just experience this for yourself. Yeah, in the United States, we have a problem of crime. It's horrendous. And if you take a bus, and it is free. Ooh, you might see homeless people inside, crazy people. I'm glad that the Europeans managed to found like a balance here, where they can have some of these systems, but at the same time keep the quality up.
energy-efficient housing. It's proof that innovation isn't just happening in labs. It's woven into everyday life. If there's one thing Norway is known for, aside from its fjords and winters, it's its robust healthcare system. It is a universal, efficient, and well-funded system that many countries look to as a model. But how does it actually work? And what's life like under a healthcare system that prides itself on being accessible to everyone? Let's unpack the facts. Healthcare in Norway is publicly funded and built on the principle that health is a basic human right. It's universal, meaning all residents, regardless of income or background, have access to essential healthcare services. Funding for healthcare in Norway primarily comes from taxes. While Norwegians do incur some out-of-pocket expenses, these costs are minimal compared to those in many other countries. For example, an average visit to the doctor may cost around $30. However, once an individual reaches the annual out-of-pocket cap of approximately 3,000 Norwegian kroner, or around $300, all additional healthcare expenses for the rest of the year are fully covered. This coverage includes visits to specialists, hospital stays, and prescription medications. Notably, healthcare is entirely free for children under the age of 16. Hospitals in Norway are publicly owned and managed by regional health authorities. They're well-equipped, staffed by highly trained professionals, and designed to ensure that care is both efficient and equitable. But like any system, it has its challenges. Waiting times for non-urgent procedures can be lengthy, which is a common criticism. That said, emergency care is prioritized, and critical cases are attended to immediately. Mental health is also a significant focus in Norway.
So I was going to say regarding the mental health, there's a lot of stats that say say around that they're very happy people, but then at the same time, some stats said that they have one of the highest suicidal rate, but I don't know how truthful that is. Let me know in the comment section below.
The government provides extensive support for mental health services, recognizing the importance of addressing psychological well-being alongside physical health. There are community-based clinics and helplines available for those seeking help, and mental health education is integrated into schools to promote early awareness and intervention. Norway's healthcare system doesn't stop at treating illness. It's also heavily invested in preventative care. Vaccination programs, regular health screenings, and public health campaigns are all part of the effort to keep the population healthy. The country's high life expectancy, around 83 years on average, speaks to the success of these measures. Lifestyle also plays a big role in overall well-being. Norwegians are known for their love of the outdoors, and it's not just a hobby, it's a way of life. The government encourages physical activity through public policies, such as maintaining accessible hiking trails, national parks, and even urban green spaces. It's no surprise that outdoor activities like skiing, hiking, and cycling are incredibly popular year-round. Another unique aspect of healthcare in Norway is its maternity and parental leave policies. Expecting parents are entitled to generous leave, with up to 49 weeks of paid leave at full salary or 59 weeks at 80% salary. Fathers are required to take at least 15 weeks of this leave, promoting gender equality and ensuring that both parents play an active role in raising their children.
But is it helping with the birth rate? That's what I'm at. I like these ideas. But is it really helping with their birth rate?
Of course, all of this comes at a cost. Norway has some of the highest tax rates in the world, and healthcare is a significant portion of public spending. But most Norwegians see it as a fair trade-off, knowing that their taxes provide security and access to quality care when they need it most. So, whether you're drawn to its stunning landscapes, its innovative spirit, or its commitment to fairness, Norway stands as a shining example of what a society can achieve when it puts people and the planet first. If you ever wondered what the Nordic model looks like in action, Norway is the perfect place to find out. This is the end of the video. See you in the next one.
Very good.
Goodbye.
Very nice documentary, by the way. Very good. The only thing they didn't tackle the birth rate and what is the government taking into consideration, or what measurements they're taking into consideration to just help with that crisis. Overall, good landscape, good people, very clean, by the way, and they seem like they're still keeping some of the traditions, which is very nice. Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. I will see you in the next one.